Hello everybody and welcome to the shop. Today I've got a super quick tip video for you. Let's head over to the lathe and get started. This is a question that I get asked all the time. I just finished putting CA on these two blanks. They are ready to be micromeshed. Before I micromesh them, I like to remove my nonstick bushings and put my turning bushings back on the mandrel so that I can micromesh down to the diameter of the bushings to ensure that I get a nice fit with all of my pin components. This is where the question comes in. When you remove these nonstick bushings, sometimes there's a little bit of a, let's call it a fingernail of CA glue on the end of the blanks. You've got to get rid of that or else you will not have a nice fit between the blank and your component. Let me remove this and show you what I'm talking about. I've got the front blank removed from the mandrel, and here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. See that excess buildup of glue? As I wipe the glue on the blank, I wipe it off the blank onto the nonstick bushing. That way you don't get a little buildup of a CA at the end of your blank. It goes onto the bushing and spreads out. We need to remove this so that we ensure we do get a nice fit with our components. Let me take you over to my sander and show you how I get rid of this little fingernail of CA glue. I like to bring my blanks back over to my sanding jig and I install the proper size punch that fits the tube. I can very easily rotate the blank with my index finger of my left hand, so we'll just put the jig at a stationary point on the table and I'll hold it stationary with my right hand. With the disc spinning, I'll just lightly rotate the blank and let it just barely kiss the wheel. You don't want to give it any pressure because we don't want to remove any material and shorten our blank. We just want to scuff up and clean up the end. And as quick as that, we've removed that CA glue fingernail. We've got a nice square into our blank and we're ready to start micro meshing to finish these blanks off. Back over at the lathe, I have reinstalled my turning bushings. I'm preparing to micro mesh and you can see I have a perfect fit at the bushings, which means I'm going to have a perfect fit with all of my pin components. I really hope you enjoyed this quick tip video on cleaning up the CA buildup on the end of your blanks. I hope you find it useful, and I'd really like to hear your tips for what you do in your shop to clean up the end of your blanks prior to assembly. Please leave those down below so that we can all learn from them. And I'd like to thank you for joining me in the shop today. I want you to know that you are always welcome in my shop. Come back and see me again real soon. Have a great evening, everybody.